Mike's already up.
Hey.
Don't touch me, Dane.
Sorry.
Mike from old school.
What's up,
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're live.
We are.
We're live. Good night. Whose is that?
I don't know.
That's mine.
Oh, okay. It was like, it's not mine. Mine's in my pocket.
It's mine.
All good. So how's everybody this time? That was weak. That was so weak.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sure.
All right, over there, bud.
How's everyone doing?
I'm
doing
I don't
great.
know.
Apparently
No,
we're all
you
doing
had a
better.
shitty day.
Apparently we're all doing better than you are right now.
Yeah.
Your shitbox turned into more of a shitbox.
That's fine. I got a new turbo last night.
Yeah, you did
Big
get a new
turbo.
war whistle. You got new parts. New parts are fun.
That thing looked big. I don't know the size of it, but it looked big.
I didn't
That's
think
what she said.
it was just a picture. So, I didn't think it was much bigger than my stock turbo when I saw the pictures when I got it. Yeah, no, but like when you look at the specs too, it's like it doesn't seem like it's that big, but it is.
So it's you and the one that she tells you not to worry about.
Yeah. Pretty much. So only I think 5 more pounds of boost, and I'll be 60 wheel horsepower more with this turbo.
Oh yeah, well it's the size of the housing on it, though.
Yeah,
Like that.
no, it's a GT28 intake wheel and 63, I think, hot side or 70. I don't know the exact specs. It's bigger.
So now your engine, do you have the integrated manifold like his? Or...
No.
So yours is more like the Range Rover Evoque engine.
Yeah, mine's got a turbo manifold and then the turbo bolts to it.
Okay.
So and this company BNR, they make the exhaust housings themselves. They cast them, and it fits the stock exhaust manifold. That's why it takes so
nice.
long to get them. They make them to order.
Oh.
So
Mine's not fully like.
Yeah, it is. Yours is known as the head-of-fold design.
yeah. You got it's
And that's
like
the
Kia's,
and that's the limiting
Kia's use them
factor.
too.
However,
it's all the hot sides all in.
But my intake is really fucking good. Though.
yeah, but you're bottled up on the exhaust side. No matter how big a back housing you go, you're going to hit the limits of what that head-of-fold design
But
can do.
my intake is really nice. Though.
Well,
However-
being the same engine.
Please, someone tell me
His
my
is a-
intake's nice.
Yours a 2.0 or 2.3?
2-3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
is
think-
it-
However, I did find out that
I think we
the
have different heads. We have the
Yeah.
same blocks, but I
Same
think we have
block,
different
different
heads.
heads.
2-liter engine in the Range Rover Evoque does not have the head-of-fold design.
No, that's actually also too. Like a lot of people use his intake manifold on my car. It's way better.
And it's plastic.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, but then the same guy I bought my bumper off of sells poured and polished VTCS deleted intake manifolds, which is what I need. The VTCS is that little butterfly flap shit. My car is already throwing code for it, and it's going wacko. It's been going wacko for months. It's been really odd to drive. And they recommend deleting it when you put a bigger turbo on the car, so I figured 2 birds, 1 stone kind of deal. And,
So are you going to see him for another bumper?
huh?
Are you going to see that guy for another bumper?
Yeah, probably. I am. So,
Price is good?
Yeah, good enough.
He's just slowly but surely building a Harley Quinn.
Well, and the thing is, too, is like he's selling me the whole thing. Like I get the fog lights, like everything, all in one shot. So,
Okay.
and like I said, when the last time I went there, for me, because speed guy, it was speed heaven. Like he had like
Walked
I
into
think-
Valhalla?
Oh jeez, man, he had a speed 6 and like 3 speed 3s and another speed 6, a Miata. Speed 3 engines everywhere, turbos, heads, built stuff, everything, and I was just like, ah.
Why is that not a more popular swap?
What?
The Speed 3 engine, it's the same MZR that's in the NC Miata, right?
Yeah, well, it's because the 2.5 motor Fords is way better. People 2.5 swap my cars, and people usually 2.5 swap Miatas. Like, honestly, if I had my way, I'd have a 2.5 block and a built 2.3 head, and that would be like the setup for my car. But still, like I said, I'm going to be sitting at 360 to the wheels, which means over 400 crank. That's going to be vicious in that car.
I kind of want to do a second or third gear.
And LaCanter Racetrack started stocking E85.
Yeah, but you have to watch it because Russ has done many tests of it, and the most that he's gotten, that he posted about was like E58.
My car, I have an E30 mix. That's it.
Okay. Well, I'm just
So,
saying, like,
and
off of his
the
thing,
thing
because
is
he was
if
pretty
I do-
upset about that.
If I do big turbo in E30 mix tune, I'll be at like 380 to the wheels.
I don't know. I mean, if you have regular access to good E85, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. But if it's like we are here with the E85, it just seems like more of a pain in the ass than it's worth.
Well, like,
Yeah.
you know, not for nothing too, like, so, in you know, I'm not trying to, like, badmouth gas stations. I don't know the E85 market or whatever, but my buddy Reese, who got that other red one like I had,
I
I
got
have.
rid of it a while ago.
But anyway,
You're just slowly becoming not red.
I know, but so he had the literal exact same bolt-ons I have, same tuner. Well, no, sorry, different tuner, but he had an E30 mix, and we ran it, and I beat him. And theoretically, he should have annihilated me. And then I drove his car, and I'm like, dude, like this is like sometimes it would hit right, and sometimes it wouldn't. And then he actually bought one of the ethanol testers and tested the gas from that racetrack, and the mix was poopy. So I don't know if I trust that. But big turbo will be, I think, more than sufficient for my.
I mean, for the way E85 is around here, if I were to do anything with turbos in the E85,
It'd be like what
I would
Drew
just-
does
I
and
would-
go up to Ocala.
no, I would just have a drum. I would have a 55-gallon drum of Ignite delivered to my
Oh,
house.
True.
It just
I was gonna say
Fix
I
myself.
know
Right.
a couple people that literally go and take the big cans up to like other places and fill up on that. And
Yeah.
just have a-
somebody who does.
Yeah, well, yeah,
excuse
Drew
me.
does it with the WRX. It's one of those. It's just easier. He's got to go that way anyway for work, so he puts them in his trunk, fills them up, brings them home.
Should be fun times.
Like having it shipped to my house, like if I swapped if I turboed the Mustang and wanted to run E85, I'm gonna have a 55-gallon drum delivered at least once a month. That
Yeah.
seems like a pain.
But at least it's right there. At least you're not driving all
Well,
over
and-
over hell and creation trying
Yeah,
to
but
find.
what's the shipping costs on that? Because at
Right.
that
Yeah.
point, it's a volatile substance.
Well, hazmat.
Yeah, hazmat.
But the thing is, too, is like, you know, and I had told Reese, and he didn't really get the gist of it till he was driving, but like the gas mileage difference.
Oh yeah,
I told him,
yeah.
I was like,
cut in
dude,
half.
you're going to get like 13 miles to the gallon. Nuh-uh. Dude, I'm only getting like 15, like highway, 15 miles to the gallon. Like, yeah, you're
That's what I'm saying. A 55-gallon
roasting.
drum and a Mustang turbo E85.
No.
What, 9 miles to the gallon
Something
if I'm
like
lucky?
that.
And
Yeah.
that's why, like, I'm
gonna have to buy
content-
gas. I'm gonna have to fill that thing up
Yeah,
3 times a week.
I'm content with what I'm doing.
You're gonna have a
so.
drum delivered to your house and a drum delivered to work.
By the way, I had one of my best city like weeks of gas mileage last week. I got 23.1 miles to the gallon average for the whole week.
See, I haven't reset mine, but mine stays at about 26.8, and that's been for the last like 40,000 miles.
I think
But
what it is
that's
is
40,000 miles.
the
last
tanks
time.
around here have finally got the COVID gas out of them.
Mhm.
Because they were doing something to the gas over COVID. I ain't
Like,
even
do
joking.
you use premium?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you know that
alright.
like there's something fucked up with it.
Something
There
was wrong with the gas for
Yeah.
a while because all of a sudden I went from getting
Terrible,
like
and my
22,
exhaust
23
smelled funny too.
all the way down to like 17, and my
Yep.
driving habits didn't change.
Yep.
But for some reason, I got terrible fuel mileage for about a year and a half, and now it seems all of a sudden out of nowhere, I'm getting back up to like 23 miles
It's
to the
not
gallon.
So
just
part of
me
it
then,
too was
okay.
also it was also too because
The
it was
plot
during that
thickens.
time period. Circle
No one
K's,
used fucking premium.
yeah, Circle K ended up switching from Shell to their own fuel.
How the hell are you getting 17 in the goddamn? Fuck you, Mike.
17 in that.
That's not bad.
That's
Well,
not
it's like dude, the CX-5 makes me so jelly because even with me beating on it, like when we did the trip to Georgia, I was aggressive driving.
Sabrina's car.
and
10.
Yeah.
Dude,
10.
20
Yeah, but she drives at 5 minutes and never breaks 40 miles an hour.
29 miles to the gallon. Aggressive Georgia highway driving. 29 miles to the gallon in the CX-5. I was like,
That's
Yeah.
what
good job.
like the Ultima routinely knocks down. Still, it's got 130,000 miles on it, and it's still on original plugs, like all that stuff, plugs,
that's how my
coils,
dad's
and,
Rogue
and
was.
that thing routinely knocks down 35 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, my Forte, honestly, it's the one thing I miss about it. My Forte consistently got low 40s. From the time we bought it till we traded it in at almost 70,000 miles, low 40s for my whether I drove it or Paige. And actually, like, you know, after doing that, I was just starting to mess around. I got almost 50 miles to the gallon in that thing one time. I got 48 point something miles to the gallon. And that was and that car wasn't, you know, it wasn't like a slow turd or nothing like that. It got out of its own way and everything, and
Yeah.
it was just, for some reason, it just the gas consumption was beautiful on that. Like my MX-3 was like that too, 40 miles to the gallon consistently in that car. But that was only 100 horsepower.
I got y'all beat on months per gallon. Months per gallon. I got y'all beat on that shit.
I fill up once a week.
Yeah.
And I got a leaky frickin' gas handle thingy. I had to go tell the people inside. It was sad. I wasn't like, I just like did the auto.
Oh, I've had many of those to where all of a sudden you stop and it's still going up, and I'm like, what the pump number 17 at racetrack here
No,
in
yeah, it clicked, but like I looked and it was like $60 something and it said 14 gallons, and I was like, I have a 12-gallon tank, and I saw a puddle on the ground, and then from the base where it meets the hose just pissing out, and I was like,
Oh, no,
damn.
mine was, it's just, even with it off, it was still starting to
I've
count.
had one of those too. No, the
And then-
hose
yeah.
was pissing out on this.
Oh, yeah, no.
I soaked the whole one side of my friggin' car in gas.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
yeah. That's why that panel's not red anymore.
The whole car is really not red. And
You
now
keep on soaking it in
now
fucking gas,
the poor
so-
black fender got smooshed. So I might be buying a white fender. I'm thinking a red paint pen.
Yeah.
For I identify as red this time.
Yeah.
I only have a white one. So.
Yeah, you'll have to get a red one. He's only got.
It's
yeah.
pearl white too. It's gonna look fancy.
Oh.
So if you do that, you need to do the paint pen in red.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then
But
clear
then you
it.
need to get a can of the 2K clear
And clear over
and just
it.
clear over it so it'll stay.
So it
'cause
actually
if you
stays.
if
Yeah,
you
'cause
don't,
I-
it's just gonna
yeah.
flake
no,
right off.
yeah. On this panel, I don't think. Yeah, like because that one, you know, wasn't finished.
That was
but,
that was
was
E-coat.
prime.
That was an
Yeah.
E-coat.
and then
But like I said, we can always
in-
we can always, you know,
in the works though. In the
we can
works,
always
blue
1,000
bumper.
grit sand the area right
Right.
around there and then clear over it.
Yeah,
Blue bumper.
Harlequin.
it's Harlequin.
He's making a Harlequin.
Keep going. Get another door.
Might as well.
He's trying to make it the most American MS3 speed.
That's
MS3.
true.
Well,
Red, white, and blue
yeah,
with a Ford
yeah.
engine.
I can't wait though. New Turbski. More.
There's something.
Maybe
There's
bang.
something I really can't wait to have,
Maybe Rod exit.
and I think we should remedy that situation. We should start our first beer.
I was
down.
thinking the same thing.
I'll go get
honestly.
it.
I
Where's
kept
it at?
rambling. I was rambling on.
Outside fridge.
Outside
So one has an eagle on it, the other one has 9 State on it.
Alright, so which one do we want to do first?
Pick.
Pick.
They're both.
And look at
around
the cans
same.
and whichever one amuses you most.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
It's okay. 86 runs again.
It lives, but
The brake sticks on it again.
the right side brake sticks again. So thinking it's got to be an adjuster issue.
At this point, I'm just gonna rebuild all the shit. And
Oh, the RV still doesn't run, by the way. I started redoing the whole ignition harness because it's still not getting 12
hey,
volts.
but your shit keeps on fucking getting views, man. You're almost at
That's
our
good.
top video.
I gotta glue the windows back into the water entry because it was parked behind that building where the windows weren't in. It's getting bad now, and well, I still need to do. I've been emptying out the inside, but I want to get it running again and figure out. I think it's got air brakes on it, and I got to get that figured out because I want to drive it to my house. So, because it runs fucking that motor. That thing purrs, man. The old big block Chevy, the RV cam. And
Yeah, no, when you fired that
Yeah,
thing up,
potatoes.
like it just sounded good.
A beer.
That's pretty dope. I like those
Oh, it's
cans.
cold. Oh, it's cold.
Sorry.
Holy crap, that's cold.
Yeah, they came out of a freezer.
What glass does he have?
That was like
Did
the
I
other,
take the wrong glass?
I don't know. Trying to see what glass you have. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Chris, the day it was cold this week, the first time I washed my hands at work,
Uh-huh.
that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I
Your
should have
hands
left
are
my
made
hands
of
dirty.
ice after that?
They turned beet red, and I was like, ow!
So one thing that we
Sorry.
did not get in time also was because I didn't realize until yesterday because
A
we
beer.
talked about it and then didn't fucking realize it. We are gonna get one of those neon chalk signs, and so that way we can
Set
put
it somewhere.
and write on there what beers we are having, so that way we don't have to run it up to the camera and all that, and we can
like
literally write
I like that.
what we're gonna do.
Well, this is a beer.
Whoa.
This is a beer.
Whoa!
Super American Premium
I did
lager.
not shake these. or
Okay,
anything.
okay,
What the
hey,
hell?
watch out. Hold on. Here, hold on.
Dan,
I
you-
can feel it.
You saw that, Dan?
What?
What Mike says?
Here.
If you need anything for the air brakes, we got lines and fittings for them.
You
Oh,
may go
sweet.
down. Hold on.
Thank you,
guys.
Mike.
Oh,
I'm
thank
pretty
God.
sure
Okay.
that it is air brakes. It's got a lot of gauges.
I
and
didn't
knobs.
do anything to this. It literally just sat on.
Ah!
Dan, take it off the. I don't have any more towels.
Here, give that to Dan.
I didn't do anything with it. It's been sitting in the
We
fridge.
believe you.
Okay.
Ugh.
I'm being smart.
So there was a
That's a first.
small technological difference.
Did you drop them?
No.
Are you sure?
They're
Positive.
just it's a super.
Ah,
it's,
goddammit.
listen, it's letting all the American out. It's super American.
It's just
okay?
full of America.
full of America. Fireworks and explosions.
I think this was a little overcarbonated, to be honest.
Nothing can be as bad as that one goat locker beer that we couldn't drink because as soon as it poured out of the thing, it just turned to foam.
I mean, I don't understand.
Well, no, after
that.
y'all opened it, I felt that can was under pressure.
I think they may have overpressurized these
I was
cans
gonna
or
say
something.
because I'm like, it's not.
Thank you for the towel.
It's not.
Okay, even pouring it, you guys be careful.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's one of those. It's not like it's frozen. I was thinking maybe it was frozen, and no, it's just. Goddamn, they really just made they made it fucking America in the goddamn can.
Right, like
You open against
that's part of the beer experience is it being overpressurized and it just wants to be out of the can and in your mouth.
America! Just yelling out
Like,
the can.
oh man, we just really need to have Stone Cold open one of these up and just start fucking chugging them back and throwing them everywhere.
Look at the head on that thing too.
It's nice. It's a nice head.
Well, it smells like a lager.
Guys, that is like I want the camera to see this.
Yeah,
This is
that
your,
is-
your head, you actually
this
got
is
like the
like
best looking head on it.
the Homer Simpson picture of a cartoon
Duff.
beer, the Duff beer.
I'm gonna
with
say
that
when someone
perfect
describes
head.
stuff, this is what I picture.
Like that is
And honestly,
exactly what you see in movies.
the
It's
du-
crazy.
Are we coming back now?
Yeah.
Yep.
huh?
The chromosome deficiency.
Oh, he's going down a different road. No one likes your exhaust, dickhead.
Anyway, the Duff beer is good.
I don't understand why it fucking did that.
That is weird.
Alright, so,
I swear to you guys, I didn't drop this or nothing like that. I literally
I got
carried
mine.
it in.
Well,
I got
hey,
mine
we
full.
didn't actually. Well, let's clink. We can clink, but we gotta read it in. No one.
alright, we'll wait
Yeah.
to clink then. That's fine.
Read it in
Alright.
and then we clink.
So this is Against the Grain, a beer, Super American Premium Lager.
With awesomeness on the fucking can.
If it's good, when it's time for beer, you deserve the best. You deserve a super premium winner every time. You deserve
What
a
can do you
beer.
get?
A beer is a cold, refreshing
You got that
lager at number one and being the best.
Are they all like
So
that?
whether you're ready to crack one or crush one,
Oh, yeah.
make sure it's a beer.
So is that like the Statue of Liberty with like a football helmet on or something?
Yes.
Yeah?
So
with
a ball-
brewed and
with
canned
glory and then,
by
like-
With a
Against the
bald
Grain
eagle.
Brewery in Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville. Okay.
ATGBrewery.com.
Okay. Well,
All right.
gentlemen.
Shall we kink? Shall we
Let's
Kink,
clink it
no,
in,
we're not going to
boys.
kink together. Just clink.
clink? Cheers, fellas.
Launcha.
Oh,
That's a beer.
That's fantastic.
That is beer.
That is beer.
That's a
but
beer.
that is a good, simple beer.
This is middle of summer beer right here.
That's got a nice. There's something there though.
Thank
little,
you.
Little citrusy or something.
Thank you.
Or
Thank you.
vanilla-ish
At the end,
or-
right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end, and
Yeah.
the
Oh,
mic
So
ring?
I'm
Something-
catching
something
a
little-
little
little
catching
fruity there
right
at
on
the
right
end.
on the front.
No, I'm
It's
catching the end.
salty on the front.
I'm
Like,
catching
Yeah.
the end.
Somebody said, "Oh yeah, do the kink."
Thank you, Joe.
clink. I meant clink.
Clink, I meant clink.
Don't clink
No.
shame me.
That is on the. What is that?
It's on the tail end. There's something
No,
there.
there's something on the front.
No, I'm getting what's on the tail.
There's some on the tail.
There is.
Little orange peel or something like that.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like
That's-
a little tinge.
But it's
I'm-
just like, it's Pilsner. It's
That's
just
lovely,
really good
though.
beer.
I'm
That's
not
lovely.
complaining. I mean, I'm not complaining at all, but
Or sorry, lager, not.
I mean,
not
other than the
4.5?
explosion.
Definitely like you said though, Brian. Like vibing outside, summertime,
Oh,
yard
yeah.
work, whatnot. That's a proper.
That's a summer beer right
Oh
there.
yeah, that's delightful.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a pool beer.
This is a working on the car beer.
Oh yeah.
This is a mowing the yard beer.
No, definitely
That
working
tail,
on
though?
definitely working on a car beer because this is one of those. You fucking open it, it's and you're just fucking like, fuck yeah, let's fucking do it. And then Def Leppard's in the background. Your fucking cut off shirt is covered in grease. You're just like, fuck yeah. God damn, shut the fuck up. Anyway.
So I had a car spot I didn't know. I mentioned it to Brian earlier, but I don't know what kind of car it was, but it was a car spot. It was in Citrus Springs. It was a Toyota wagon. Almost looked like a Camry wagon, but not. It was right-hand drive and had fender mirrors on it. It was blue. And Brian had asked if it was like a mail carrier. I didn't see any
no,
like
probably a
deep-
Corolla wagon.
I maybe it was. I don't know. Like the headlights, it looked. I feel like for some reason, is a Toyota Cerato a thing?
It starts with an S.
I feel like there's a Cerato with a C, something
What
like
the
that.
hell
I think
is it? No, there was a car that was like a sedan and possibly a wagon that looked a lot like the front end of a Celica, but it wasn't a Celica.
it might have been
I
that.
can't remember it either.
That was my only car spot recently. I haven't had anything good.
Yeah,
Everything's just
yeah.
been regular.
A little over a week ago at Circle K in Lecanto, there was some weird Nissan wagon. I couldn't make out the badge on the back. Right-hand drive, uses a mail carrier.
Like even I went to the Tampa Zoo on Sunday. Nothing there even. Nothing. Just bland, normal cars.
I was up in Gainesville last Saturday, and normally I don't see anything interesting up there, but I actually saw a 55 Chevy and a 70 Nova.
What did he say?
If you are air drumming to Def Leppard, are you only using one arm?
Hey, this one-legged guy has seen the one-armed drummer in person.
Oh, good one, Mike. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Especially we were talking about music earlier too. That's funny.
About the one crazy-ass drummer who will just do shit one-armed because he can.
Yeah.
That man's a beast.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
So, I don't have any car spots because I haven't seen shit. Otherwise, other than my car actually moving and then the fucking brakes breaking.
Once again, your
But-
car is fighting us.
Yeah.
Oh, can I get your in?
But I did pay off the SD.
Hey!
It's free and clear.
Can I get y'all's in-person thoughts of the Mazda patent for the new hybrid rotary bits?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
saw
they've got the one rotor that they're already using as a range extender. But as far as that car that they're showing, that one will be the only one that ever sees the light of day.
Which one? The range extender one's out. So
No, I'm talking about that.
the one I sent, right? The three
Yeah,
rotor.
The concept.
So it's a 3-rotor 2.4 liter hybrid.
Oh yeah, that will never happen.
It's
That-
patented.
They patented it.
Yeah.
That car will never happen.
Probably not.
Probably not. It'll never happen.
Ooh. Mike had a guy come in with a 7440 Cuda.
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice.
I had that one I sent y'all. I can't remember what it was. Hold on. What was that car I saw? I saw it at Wawa down in Crystal River.
Dart.
Yeah, the Dart. Oh, that black Dart I sent you guys. That thing rolled in, and I mean, I heard the cam thump before I saw the car. I just
love
heard.
that.
Blah, 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 blah,
You're like,
blah,
what is
blah.
that?
I was like, what? The song of my people. Where is it? And he comes rolling out from behind the building and pulls over to the gas pump, and I'm like, ooh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like super perfect. It was one of those cars where you walk up and it's a 20-footer. You get any closer than that, you start to see the imperfections, and I loved that.
Yeah.
Because that means that's a driver.
Because
Yeah.
After that, you don't want to fucking drive it.
Right.
Like-
It's a driver. It's a car. He I'm sure painted himself.
Like, it's one of those. I wish the '86
And
was a
built the
little bit
motor
better than what it
himself.
was, but yeah, no, it's one of those. It
Just
starts.
get in and
Go.
drive it.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
You know, I realized I lied. I actually had another car spot, and I saw the same car twice. A red Mazda RX-8 moving under its own power.
Those are weird.
With
No smoke.
No apex seals?
Elite manual, and it looked like my car. All the red was gone.
Ah.
Oh,
But no smoke. I saw it twice in the same week, last week.
Oh, so it was Isaiah's car from Rob Dom's channel.
So actually, yesterday in my 35-minute adventure of going from Culver's to Independence, because yes, it took me 35 minutes to go from Culver's to Independence.
crap.
Yikes.
My leg is still killing me today because
Road
ow.
work, 1 lane.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
my,
I saw that.
my
I saw
leg
that
hurts.
same mess the day before, and I'm like,
And
I
I'm-
noped my way out of
And
that.
Brian
shit.
can
Uh-huh.
attest to this. I am not exaggerating. Am I not?
No,
It was a
You
fucking
went
nightmare.
past the light. You went past the light at ABC. Traffic ground to a halt, and I was able to move lanes.
Well, I was already in the left lane.
I
but
was in the right. I was in the left lane, and it's just backed up and stopped, like in front of Applebee's. So I moved over to the right lane and was able to go, and just barely able to hit the turn lane into racetrack. And I could see up the road sign pointing this way, 1 lane, everybody backed up. I was just like, nope, my way right around that shit.
Yeah, so I got stuck in that. But while I was stuck in that, as I'm fucking looking out the window going, why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to get a fucking battery for the 86, which I did save over $100, so it was worth my pain and misery. But all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, there's a new, like a brand new white BMW Z, like the Z34 or whatever they are, like the new Z convertible thing. And I'm like, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Why is there 8 of them in that thing? It was the Village's BMW Z
4
whatever thing, because it said Village's BMW Club.
Oh,
We are going from A to Z, but we're already taking the Z. Literally on this big crest
Oh my God.
on all the fucking doors, and I'm like, and they're all white, so I don't know if they like rented them or whatever, but every single one was the exact same car with this fucking crest on the door.
You know
And
it's
I'm
a
like-
Florida man story when the Villages is involved.
I'm like,
Okay,
what
hold
the
on,
fuck
hold on.
is going
The
on?
key
There-
parties
no,
must
hey,
hold on.
be really confusing.
No.
There was no loofahs.
I have to address a comment here. Most of us at this table are actual Florida mans. Sorry, you're just gonna have to live with the fact that you're not.
Listen, I
You're not.
immigrated. I
You're
understand.
not a full Florida man, so you don't quite understand this.
I-
You will.
Listen,
You
I
will.
immigrated.
Florida.
I've got my green card, but that's not citizenship. I get it.
People like us, we are 20% or less of the state's population at this point. So 80+% of the Florida man stories you read are people who are not actually Florida man.
Right.
They were just idiots and rejects from other states that just came to live here.
Yeah, we're
Well,
crazy
yeah.
in silence.
I mean,
The Villages
I'm
is
first
a
gen
perfect
off of that.
example
You
of
are,
that.
you are,
The
though.
Villages are non-Florida Florida man, just on a whole different level because those people are just fucking weird.
It's like every other state. If you live there and you're a freaking weirdo,
You come
You
to
go-
Florida.
Have you been?
where
to
should I
Florida yet?
live? Where should I live?
I'm going.
I know.
I'm
I'm gonna
going.
move to the Villages when
Yes.
I retire.
Yes.
And yeah, but it was so. By the end of it, by the time I got to Independence,
The Villages, did they have their loofahs visible?
no, there was, and that was the thing. There was no loofahs, so that's why it took me a couple cars to
Was there no pineapples,
No,
loofahs?
nothing. It took me a couple cars to realize because I'm like, oh, there's a BMW. Oh, there's a BMW. Wait, I'm like, am I having a stroke? I've now seen the same white with black top BMW Z convertible. What?
You're like, okay, what did the agents change?
Exactly. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh.
Was it the same
okay.
BMW or was it another BMW?
I mean, it looked like the same BMW.
Yeah. But it was a total
They
of
changed the Matrix.
16 of them.
Oh my god.
16 of them
Yeah,
Jeez.
that went by. And I saw the crest, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding?
With so they all own white BMWs that look exactly the same. The key parties have to be wild. Wait, what fucking car was mine? Did you take my keys? Do we have the wrong cars? My car only had 16,000 miles on it when I got
This
it.
one
when I got
has
here.
17,000 miles.
The pineapples have migrated this way. I've seen it in Terra Vista. You know, I'm not even surprised.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I am, but I'm not.
You want to know your Florida hack for the day?
Oh, share with us.
Oh, yes. So, to my knowledge, I've always thought that if you're doing 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, it's mandatory reckless and also mandatory criminal charge.
Not if you're going the same speed as a cop.
No. The minimum for a court date is 30 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Ah, good to know. Everything else, ticket clinic.
30 miles an hour over the speed limit is a mandatory court date and no jail time.
Really?
Anything over 30 is criminal. But
you-
if you're at 30 over the speed limit, it's
Do
a
you
court
know?
date.
Do you know what else is a court date and not a ticket?
What?
Violating a letter restriction on your license,
Yes, it is.
Mr. One-Legged Man.
Mr. Guys with eyeglasses.
Yep.
Oh,
'cause
no. I can drive without mine.
I can't. I have a restriction on
Nope.
mine, and I learned.
My
So-
eyes are not that bad. It's just one of those I can't read street signs, but I can still.
Also, did you see the update to the move over law? If not, then you guys actually should know this.
I've seen some of it. Now they want you to move over for pretty much anything that's on the side of the road.
Yeah, so like if you guys
Well,
are
I mean that's common fucking sense. Like
It-
you're
it-
going
it-
down
it
an
is,
interstate
but-
and someone's broken down and well,
The thing
on the
is-
shoulder. I always move over to the other lane just
It's-
because.
it's a ticketable offense now.
Yeah.
So any vehicle on the side of the road, whether it be an LEO or not, if their hazard lights are illuminated,
You gotta
need,
move over.
You need to move over.
Which
And
I thought was just common fucking sense.
I thought it was too.
Here's the
but
thing. It's common sense, yes, but
Common
Well,
sense
when-
is uncommon.
well,
and not even that.
when Apple,
We're now reaching that point where they've made it ticketable, which means they're going to weaponize it.
Oh yeah.
Mike says he has one of his license. I must have a right side outside rear view mirror. What the fuck? I'm thinking that's a holdover law because in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, a lot of cars did not have passenger side door mirrors.
Well, it's still
Yeah, that's true.
technically only an option.
Yeah,
You can still technically, no car company sells one,
Yeah.
right.
but they're not legally mandated to have a passenger side mirror.
correct.
Yeah, a lot of my cars my first cars, my Japanese Nuggets that I had back in the day,
Driver's side
most
mirror.
of them did not have a passenger side mirror.
Yeah.
Like, no car company bothers going, oh, no, we're going to cut this off to cut costs on a base model. They just put it on there as, hey, this is base equipment.
Yeah,
But it's not legally required to have it.
yeah.
So now I have a question for all of you.
We may or may not have answers for you.
It's the burning question of the evening. What
so
is-
you're targeting that one at me.
I am. I
'Cause
figured,
it was-
I
it-
figured
it
I'd try to
was- it
take
was
some
your
of the heat
thing.
off.
Right
it.
in my wheelhouse, huh?
So, Brian brought up a very good topic because things have changed a lot in the past 2 years, in my opinion,
They have.
drastically.
This popped into my head about a week ago, and it
You
wasn't.
told me about it last Saturday.
Yeah, and it wasn't something that was like even fleshed out as to really what direction to take it with. But I'm kind of curious now because of all the weirdness that we've seen. Some of it induced by COVID, some of it not. What is the state of car culture now? And the things that I see is you've got the takeover idiots.
That's what I want
Okay,
to
so you have so you have all these assholes doing the takeovers and whatnot, but those aren't car people. Those are just clout-seeking attention whores. But because they're using cars to gain clout and seek attention on the
Because
internet,
they're
they get
using
wrapped up.
cars that have their credit score on the fucking.
But I'm just saying, we see
That's a
those guys
huge-
getting wrapped
that's a
up
huge-
with us.
thing.
You've got the EPA cracking down on stuff. You've got the electric car
I was
stuff
gonna say,
going on.
I can no longer buy a catless mid pipe. I can no longer buy a
Yeah.
catless H pipe, X pipe, I have to spend the extra $400 to get one with racing cats on it that I'm just going to cut the fuck out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just all of these things that are going on, and even car prices going nuts. Some of it because of COVID, some of it not. And even watching like when I'm looking up these cars on like even some Bring a Trailer stuff, which is weird, but especially on Cars and Bids and even eBay, I'm seeing some cars auction results are drastically dropping. Others are
I've
holding,
noticed that too,
and some of them,
actually.
like I saw two ridiculously clean R33 Skylines. One was a GTS 25T, the other one was a GTS 25. The GTS 25 was low mile, completely unmodified, in amazing condition. It didn't meet reserve. It was only bid to like $12,500.
Oh, the one thing I've noticed,
And the
mainly,
turbo one was only went for $1,000 more, and it was a manual turbo car, and it brought $1,000 more.
not mainly. The one thing that started catching my attention towards that was the Volkswagen buses, and then I realized everything was going down. But I want to notate on the takeover thing because last night I couldn't sleep. I'm scrolling YouTube. I found a low subscriber channel, and the guy doesn't really even do car stuff, but like does journalism stuff, and did a short documentary on street takeovers in Oregon. And
Pro, against, or neutral?
neutral standpoint, he literally just wanted to document and see what was going on, kind of deal, and learn, you know. And it had me just Googling because the main person he chose to speak with was talking about how it was such like, and it makes it like one of those things like, I understand he's stupid, but I kind of feel bad because he's stupid, and that's like he that's his thing that he grew up outletting with cars, not like how we did. It's for him, it was doing donuts in an intersection with all these people, and like it's his passion and everything. And I'm just like,
I mean, we did donuts in empty
in
parking lots.
They went with
our
him.
friends.
See, and they had like
Late at night, when the cops were at McDonald's getting coffee and the stores were closed.
and that's the thing. The first night he goes
No
out
one
with this
was
guy,
around. And if
there's
the cops did show up, sometimes they just sit there and watch and be like,
well, and
Go
like,
home.
They were at this like industrial complex or whatever, and the first night he went out, they were in the parking lot of this industrial complex with nothing around, and he's like, I thought these street takeovers were going to be way different, and then all of a sudden the guy's like, oh, I got a Snapchat, we got to go here, and then all of a sudden you got 50 people driving, and then they go to this intersection, and literally it looked like
they gridlock the intersection, and several idiots go out in the middle, and
the thing is like actually watching the process of them do it, it was like a mosh pit. Yeah. So think of everybody running around in the mosh pit, and you're like, all right, I'm going to jump in, and then jump back out. They were doing that with their cars.
Yeah.
They sat there, and like the guy's like, all right, hold up, all right, here we go, and then jumps in between two cars and starts going around and everything, and then dumps back out. And it's, oh, I know there's families and people out here and stuff, but we just trying to have a good time and this and that. Oh, we got the next spot, the cops are coming, and they go to another fucking intersection. They hit like 4 intersections in one night, blocking it off and doing all these, they were lighting fireworks, there was people shooting guns and stuff, like, no.
if there was ever a need for a law enforcement tool like Blue Thunder, aging myself here, I would vote for this being the ultimate use for Blue Thunder. Look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
Your generation does that sort of thing.
But no, it was, yeah,
Or use the Faceballs or the Snappy Chat or one of them other little weird ass internet tools.
I have a
Now get off my lawn!
a lot of it
I
was
don't mean to
all
be
that,
doom
but-
and gloom, but I have another facet of car culture that's just been terrible.
Hey, that's the topic of today, man.
Like,
my
this
car
is
got
doom
crashed.
and gloom, and I hate to be
It's one
this
of those
way, but
days. Let's do it.
one of the biggest problems we have in car culture now is, you know, when we were growing up, the cheap, like, performance cars, like, if you wanted to go buy a Fox Body Mustang when I was 18, 19 years old,
Ooh, I see where
you
it's
could go
going.
buy a runner driver Fox Body
For a couple grand.
for...
$800
They would
was
run
my first
around.
Fox.
You'd run around. If you really looked around, you could find one for $800.
$800 for a notchback.
Right, $800.
Yep.
You wanted a Miata? Miatas were $300 cars for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, Nobody wanted
Half
them.
the
They were
time you
just
could do
shitty
like,
old
hey, can I
Miatas.
do yard work for you? And here
Right.
you go. Here's a
You'd
car.
find a neighbor.
Yeah.
You'd find some neighbor that had an old RX-7 that was rotting away in his driveway on 4 flat tires. You go, listen, if I come and mow your lawn twice, can I have that?
I was talking to Brandon about that the other day. Like Porsche 928s, the V8 ones.
Yeah.
Like somebody would have that sitting in their yard. Like it takes too much gas. Give me
'Cause it's a
$800
fucking
for
U-boat.
it. And it's a fucking Porsche 928S
Right.
or something
Who's
like
the
that.
U-boat commander?
And even in those days, you could buy a classic muscle car that it probably needed floorboards and a tune-up and a little bit of exhaust work.
Yeah,
but
but
you'd
that
scoop
was
it for $1,000, $1,500.
that was before Barrett Jackson televised auctions
Right.
took off and went nuts.
71 to 73 Mustangs, the long bodies and all that.
Yeah.
That were the second out of, everybody hated the Mustang 2s, but that was the second most hated ones. You could fucking pick up a fucking 351 Boss for like 8 to 12 grand.
Right.
But
Like
even,
nice
even,
now-
even like your BMW, like another
928S, that's
example.
some risky
I know it
business
needed
and
work to
things.
get them
Yes,
free.
we are talking
Like,
about the U-boat
right.
commander.
That white BMW, somebody gave to me.
And that
Yeah.
now it's
And now we're just in this situation where, okay, so if I want to get into the car culture and I want to buy something cool, whatever it is that's cool is going to cost a fortune.
It's almost like
a
gatekeepers.
ratted out 350Z is going to
and-
cost me $9,000.
it's just a giant gatekeep, and it's
Um,
literally everybody knows what they got, and everybody says
a ratty
low
Miata
low.
is $6,000 now.
Yeah.
If I want to get a Mustang, a Mustang's probably your best bet because you can find a cheaper SN95 for $3,000. It ain't gonna be nice.
No, it's one of those right now that
It ain't gonna be nice, but
the,
you can scoop one.
the early S197s is going to be your cheapest point because
Yeah.
the
'Cause I'm seeing
S195s
those
are
for
Our,
like
our cars
$3,000 to
are right.
$6,000.
Yeah,
Our cars
that-
are the cheap
I
ones
was gonna
now.
say, I see y'all's cars ratted the shit out. V6s with problems for $3,000.
I was gonna say, but
Like,
the
I have seen
S195s
GTs
and new edges are
on the way up.
on their way back up.
But I've
which
seen
you used to be able to get them for $1,000 fucking
05, 06
dollars.
Mustang GTs that, listen, they might not run right, and it's probably gonna need a clutch, and it's a little beat up. But I'm seeing those for like $3,500 to $6,000. That is your
bad.
That's your best bet though.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
I remember buying a $1,000 car that was okay and had a check engine light.
You,
Right.
You,
Something
you
easy
want
to
a
fix.
Fox body, and you got $3,000. Welcome to a roller.
You
Roller? No, for $3,000, I'm keeping the wheels, bro. For $3,000, you get a shell.
You
$3,000 will buy you a Fox body shell these days.
and you're not getting the window regulators.
Right. And then on the
kept
flip
those.
side, so
I get those.
and then flip it around. Okay, I don't want to go into the cheap side. I want to go buy
There you go.
something new.
Even POS driver 60s Mustangs are like 5 to 10K. Why?
Oh yeah.
So I want to go buy something new. That's out of the question.
Exactly.
Anything even remotely cool is $40,000.
Yeah.
A GT86
Yeah.
is $35,000 brand new.
I know, it's insane.
A base model EcoBoost.
Yeah, it bothers me that I
almost
can't even find a good
35
price.
fucking grand.
A base model Mustang EcoBoost is $35,000.
Which is why when I told you that all of a sudden there was a 12 GT500 with 66,000 miles up at their dealership that was 33, yeah, it's
It
gone.
sold.
It's
I'm
gone.
sure.
No, it did because I
partly
I
they had that car underpriced.
I-
That's a $50,000 car.
It did have a slight accident, a parking lot accident, and had thing and all that. But I gotta love my wife because apparently she did call around and was trying to get me a better deal on it, and I did not know about it because she's like, I tried. I was hoping you were going to able to see it at the meeting on Wednesday because she's like, if you would have liked it, we would have done it. And I'm like, I wish I would have seen it because I fucking would have done it.
I genuinely contemplated.
No,
it.
I paid off my car on
what's
Friday.
going on?
Saturday, I was gonna trade my car in and fucking get that GT500.
There's a 72 Charger on Marketplace that needs complete restoration. He wants 22K. There was okay. You know what? That's a good thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, he did.
Okay,
send me
so that's another thing that I saw. So there's a YouTube channel, Chris Birdsong, also known as Junker Up.
Oh, I
He's
love
the
John-
guy.
Oh,
He's the guy.
This is what he's talking about. So
He's the guy that completely like unhellcatted General Mayhem and put the body back together, fixed everything in the body, and then they went back with a Motorhome 440 and all that stuff. So they, he was the guy that brought General Mayhem back to being General Mayhem.
Right.
So he recently did a video about just what he's talking about. Absolute rust heaps. There's almost nothing more than a couple of usable bits of sheet metal and a VIN plate, and people are wanting stupid money for them.
Yeah.
Look through all the pictures and all that.
And the reason for that is because if it were perfectly restored, it might go across the auction block at $80,000 or $90,000.
Yeah, but it'll cost
But
you.
it'll cost you
$100,000
$150 to get it to that point.
Yeah.
So you want to know what a new high point for Fox bodies is? What just went across Meekum's auction. It was a 89 Celine, the SC. 612,000. No, 600.
That's the last picture.
Yeah.
That's
600.
No one likes your truck, bro.
For real.
Stop! Why haven't you gone home yet?
He just keeps driving by.
Anyway.
Can someone take the? I'm crying.
612.
Hold on. I would be really, really amused if he does that because he watches us, and he's going to watch this episode and we're going to be totally trashing him.
That's fine with
you know what?
me.
I hope he
Take
watches.
that shit off.
Shut the fuck up.
We're the car guys who like the loud. That's not the right loud.
But yeah, 612 miles. It sold for $198,000.
Plus buyer's premium.
Yes.
We're at the point where, and that's been my point, is we're at that point where the normal person is basically priced out of being in car culture. Like, it's gatekeeping to the extreme. We just made it monetarily impossible
not even with like performance cars or anything like that. So like with being gatekeeper, like they can't even buy like a Kia fucking Soul or something like that and do like something they can fucking afford and show up to meets and being,
right,
hey,
because we're gonna laugh them out of the meet, right?
Exactly.
Have you
and I feel bad for, like, because there's some of those people that, there's some of them that are just being, like, fucking Kia boys and all that stuff. But, like, and you can tell when it's someone that's, like, I'm proud of my car, like, I got a fucking Chevy Spark. And then you have people that are, like, fucking get out of here.
They just want to shit on the guy.
Yeah. And it's like, but he just, like, he's putting his heart and soul, like, okay, it's a Chevy Spark. But he fucking loves it. Like, they're driving it on the same roads we're driving it on all the twisties and doing all that. He went to the drag strip. Yeah, he ran a 21-second quarter mile, but who cares? He fucking ran to the
time
fucking
slip.
Exactly.
He has a time slip.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have y'all seen the meme going around that it shows a picture of a R34 and it says, "It's finally 2024. You can finally own an R34, but it's not affordable." And like it's going on and on about how.
Oh, you know what? And that is another thing. It's because cars have become investment vehicles, pardon the pun, and speculators have bought them, like Top Rank, a high dollar importer out on the West Coast. They have a warehouse full of 34 GTRs. That as soon as each one of those is legal to import, it's coming to America, it's being put up for sale, and it's going to be on an auction site.
That's terrible. The current state of car culture is in the tubes.
It's one of those
Hold on.
on another point.
No doubt, and then instead of coming to terms with reality,
Only worth a quarter of the price. Yeah.
But-
Yeah, you never get your money back out of a project, ever.
No,
Never.
no. Fucking the Cobra. Like, I had so many people be like, "Oh, well, just fucking sell that for like $2,000 and all that." I'm like, no, like I know it needs work, it needs stuff, but here's the documents that it is what I'm fucking saying it is. It ain't a clone, ain't anything like that. And I posted that up and within a couple of hours,
Yeah.
I had a buyer.
Yeah.
Because
At the price you wanted.
yeah.
well,
Like,
But also,
honestly-
too, you hadn't really started to rebuild that car.
Yeah.
And you didn't have $7,000 into it over the past 6 months, and
No.
you're only getting $3,500 out of it. You didn't.
Well, it's like,
But-
but
but
it's
with-
like with the
with-
convertible and all that. Like, yeah, I sold. Like, I could have sold everything a bit more with that, but when I sold that car and I sold everything with it, and then sold a motor and all that, I actually made $200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Honestly-
$200, but I made $200,
And
and,
you- and you all-
and I had 2.5 years of us fucking around with it, doing shit.
You had fun with it.
I made
I-
$200, and that gave me 2.5 years of entertainment.
I made out like a bandit with my truck, to be honest. My square body.
Oh yeah, you did. Well,
I made a lot of money off that, actually.
Reason
Like,
why square body.
Yeah.
like that's the thing, and also
I think a
you
lot
were
of
the
these car
heavier
shows
duty
too,
square
like
body,
Gas
too.
Monkey Garage, and shows where they're telling you what they paid and what they sold them for.
Yep.
Yeah, and so you
I
have
can't stand Gas Monkey.
at that point, especially just shows that aren't on YouTube, and that, I mean, the YouTube shows are starting to get to that point, but especially the ones that are on like Discovery and all that stuff.
We have a deadline. We got to get this car done, or we're gonna lose the shop.
Exactly.
And then the car sitting in the background is the
Yeah,
same
the
car
same
6
one
months
from
later.
6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
but no, it's one of those. You got the older generation that is one of the few that still has cable, and they're watching that. So you got these, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I don't. But you got these older, the boomer generation that is watching this, and they're like, I have a car that's like that. Total fucking opposite, but
Yeah,
like, it's-
best Corvette.
it was the only blue one built on Tuesday at 12:17 while
got
Frank
the
was
yellow
wearing
stick.
two
They were
laps.
working overtime.
Like, but it's like
And it's
that.
low miles. It's never been driven in the rain. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Blah,
like and
blah. Just like every other Corvette.
but
Right.
it's like that, and it's like they don't realize that's actually marking up the fucking the market, and it's making it to where everything's like is fucked from that.
Hey, give me a high mile C5 or C6. I doing it.
I want a C6, like bad. Wanted one for a long time.
I want a C5.
I want a C6.
It's pop-up headlights. I want pop-up headlights.
There is one for sale. Almost into Denellen.
It's one of those. Well, you
Blue.
remember the one that I
Blue.
sent you.
Blue.
Ah.
Needs paint. It has the Le Mans headlight conversion.
Oh, fuck that.
And it's been parked in the grass for a while. The grass has grown up around, and it's in front of an auto shop there, right just before you cross.
Oh
the
yeah,
bridge
yeah,
to
yeah,
go
yeah,
into
yeah,
Denellen.
yeah.
Yeah, right next to front porch.
Yeah, front porch.
Yeah, that car's been sitting there for a while.
What's that? I can't see.
And yes, I can understand that some cars are in fact worth a good chunk of money, but it's killing the next generation of car guy because they've been priced out of the scene, and that's sad.
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
Well,
Look at, I mean,
and-
well,
and-
okay, look at S13s and S14s. Those were $300 cars.
All right. Well, I want
Which
to
is
introduce.
why I want to say when John got that fucking the Sylvia front end fucking two-tone red and silver one. Yes, it was an automatic with only a fucking what was it, DE or whatever the fuck the motor.
CA
Right?
motor, I
Yeah,
think.
CA, and fucking. We're in the fucking yard. He had just got it 3 hours ago, and he has a sawzall in his hand. And I'm like, don't do it. And he's like, I'm gonna put these over fenders on. And he starts cutting, and his dad comes out, and I'm like, he's like, Mike, did you let him do this? I'm like, nope, I called him against this. And I'm like, Mr. Domain, I'm like, that was all his fault. He took his cane, fucking whacked the shit out of Johnny's back, and I'm like, it wasn't me.
Well-
I told him not to.
So, the other problem incurring to the said modern car guy. So I'm gonna say the modern car guy with increased everything. So let's say the modern car guy makes enough money to buy the modern car and become a car guy. Our new standard of cars for car guys are vastly more fast, more to handle and everything than the cars that we do it with now.
Honestly, though,
And
everything.
it's everything.
Everything. Like
the
the
new
most
standard is
the
so
most
high
pedestrian
now.
car now is so much more performance than the fast cars when I was in high school.
And that's what I wanted to get. Yeah,
a good example of that, like I've talked about before, how I would really like to have a new Ford Ranger. A new Ford Ranger with nothing but a PCM reflash will pull high 13s in the quarter.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what else pulls high 13s in the quarter?
My car. Well, no,
My
sorry, not
Mustang.
high 13s. I'm like mid.
You know what runs high 13s in a
exactly.
quarter? My fucking Focus.
Right.
Like, fucking the Camry you drove up here. Like,
Is it,
Oh,
is
that
that one a 4-cylinder? Or
The Camry? Yeah.
That's still 280 horsepower.
Right. No, it can't be 200.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No,
180.
180.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
180.
What year is that?
2018.
Yeah.
No,
hold
it's
on.
180. It's 180. The V6s,
So-
which I gotta say, fucking the Camrys, the TRD.
Those
the
are
V-
dope.
Oh my god!
You get one of those with the optional supercharger or the TRD off the shelf.
those are ripping.
Those are
There's
freaking fast.
a guy in town that has one, has a tune on it. It's
I'm sorry.
it's the TRD exhaust on it because I already
apologize.
asked him about it.
250.
Right. Still, but
250.
the optional TRD, like not
Hey,
what came on the TRD
Those are
Camry,
dope.
but
though.
other
Those are dope.
gives it a little bit of a burble and all that. And I gotta say, that thing fucking sounds really, really nice.
There's a guy I met like years and years ago coming here one night actually. He had one like that body style was a V6 TRD and he had his Pro charged
Oh yeah.
and like he came up next to me and he like just I was doing it, I was just driving and I heard it and I was like what the fuck and I like got on it a little bit and he just like went away and I was like hold on what's going on with that Camry and he said he lived in Gainesville or whatever and I was like
Interesting.
is that thing supercharged? He goes, yeah, it's got a. I have the whole, TRD, like supercharger kit, and like they have one for this, and I'm like, what? And he said, yeah, it's gnarly. It makes like
Well,
almost 390 to the wheels.
There's one that goes by. It's not the.
This is just juice.
Can,
Oh yeah, here.
This is juice.
Can someone hand me one?
what is
I
it?
hard poured that, and it didn't foam up at all. I don't think there's much carbonation in there at all.
What is it?
So what I have here,
Oh, hold on. Yes, Joe. The new Ford Ranger that we got as new was out for
the
since,
rest
like
it was for the current Ranger we have
Oh yeah, this is easy for.
debuted in the rest of the world in 2012.
Yes. We didn't get it till 2019.
Yeah.
I think this has been canned very recently, which is good
why?
because of the amount of carbonation when pouring.
Oh, I didn't have like none.
Yeah,
Yeah, there were
that's
no
what I'm
bubbles.
saying.
This is just
No,
alcohol
I
juice.
think this has been canned very recently, which is awesome. That means it's super
Well,
fresh.
Does it have a?
I don't know if it has a born on date.
I don't know, but it smells.
But okay,
amazing.
let's put it this way. This is the most local to where we're sitting beer that I can possibly get.
Quite literally.
2 miles.
Cover me in sunshine.
It's
2 miles.
Yeah, it's 2 miles. It's literally brewed 2 miles from where we're sitting right now, and this is 9 State Brewing.
Which we had one of their other beers.
Yeah,
last
we had
episode.
you missed a
I
good
know.
one.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Schwartz beer.
Sorry,
so
I
good.
drank the other
I still
one.
got to update the list from last
That's okay.
show.
I spent that night in pain. It was not fun. I would have rather been here, but it was painful.
And this is called Cover Me in Sunshine Citrus Blonde Ale, a blonde ale brewed with orange peel.
Hey,
That's all the
That's
description.
it.
So,
But it's also really nice can art in that.
It is.
And it almost looks like the same art that's on the side of the building.
Yeah, and it is.
Which I have to say, the mural on the side of their building, one of our good friends, Heather and Matt.
oh, nice.
yeah.
Heather did part of the
That's
sunflower on there, who also did our wedding photography.
Yes.
Also, since you mentioned that about the last episode, can I tell you guys something? After
we take
we
a
have a
sip?
sip, yeah.
Oh my god! Hold on.
wow.
Ooh. Whoa.
That's so easy.
Ooh.
That's
I almost taste.
good.
Wait, hold on.
That's different. That's
Is that actual sunflower on there?
It tastes like it. Well, it's like
Tastes like sunflower
it's
seed?
like
Like,
a,
no,
it's like,
seriously.
No, yeah, it's like a Belgian wit with sunflower and orange.
A very light body Belgian wit.
Yeah.
No, like
Not heavy at all.
yeah.
not trying to be crazy, but that after finish, does it not taste like sunflower?
No, it does.
Like you
It
just
does.
ate sunflower seeds.
It does. I'm not getting that. I'm not
But-
getting that. But
I want you guys to know the additional suffering to make you feel better about me not coming last time.
you still have 2 legs.
Yeah, sorry. But
Do you
so,
get what I'm talking about?
Just that orange peel at the end is all I'm getting.
Okay.
But it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
when we got to the place,
Like orange zesty stuff.
Yeah.
my kid told all of his friends to shoot me first.
I would, I would do the same.
Yeah. So they all teamed up on me.
Nicely done, Nate. Well done.
Good job.
And I don't know because I haven't confirmed, but I think something about shooting in the balls might have been thrown in the mix. because
Damn it, Butters! Quit shooting people in the dick.
the majority of shots I had were below waist.
I quit shooting people in the dick.
And that's the thing. Like I heard Nate too. Like I heard him say, "Oh, get my dad first," and I was like, "Bro." And he's like, "What? You're good, and you're gonna play on the other team." And I said, "I paid for you and all your friends, and I drove all y'all here in a minivan." He said, "I don't care. You got to go down first. You're the biggest threat." And I was like, "Fuck, okay."
You know what?
Good for
Hey,
him. He knows. He
I was gonna
knows
say-
what
I
to
was-
do.
I was-
Smart tactic.
I was
Out
gonna
the biggest
say-
threat.
I was gonna say, you know, tactically, he's not wrong.
No, and the times I didn't, man, I wiped all of them out. Within like 10, 15 seconds, I got up there and popped everybody. The ref's like, "You want to keep playing?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, these kids need to learn today." I'm like, "Yes, I want to keep playing."
Yeah.
But,
But no. But,
As
but-
far as car culture goes, and what you guys were talking about gatekeeping, whether it's financial or somebody shitting on the guy with the Chevy Spark, that's been going on forever.
Oh, and that was
Yeah.
I didn't see someone shitting on.
But I'm
it.
just saying. But I know.
It's
But
like
I know
that-
the example
thing,
that you're
yeah.
talking about. I mean, but that's been going on forever because I experienced the same thing when I started driving and started playing with my Japanese Nuggets. You know, I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm like,
four-cylinder Mustang.
Yeah, not
like I
for
said,
nothing,
I would,
too,
you
like,
know, I would
especially-
grab because I
and-
was a broke ass high school kid working at McDonald's. I couldn't afford to just take my car to a garage and say, "Go here, fix this," or do what I wanted to it. It was like, no, I had to dig into the toolbox and go
Yeah.
buy parts and
Yeah.
Well, I
and
I
you know,
hate
and
making
have
your
go to
age
school with greasy
like
fingernails
that.
and the whole 9 yards. And I'd be like, "Hey, I did this, and I made my car quicker." And I would have the older guys, the boomers,
That dang, you didn't get it. That go Nissan quicker than goddamn. Listen,
like,
Chevy
you
small
you
block
drive a
carburetor.
you drive a
nitrous.
you drive a freaking rice burner. Go get a real car and talk to me. I'm like, I just
Yeah,
did more
no.
wrench turning in a weekend than you've done in the past 50 years. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
But it was the same thing with my first car, with it being a 4-cylinder Mustang. Like, okay, yeah, it was a Fox body, awesome. But also, when I got the Fox bodies weren't fucking popular in that. But it was also, it had, by the time I sold it, I had 300,000 miles on the fucking 2.3 Lima that never fucking quit. But
Yeah.
it was one of those, like, when I started going to car meets and all that, I literally had to have my mom drive because I did not have a fucking license. I didn't even have a permit at that point, and I just wanted to show off my Mustang to Mustang people, and yeah, it ended up working out well. But it was the same thing with like what.
But you would
Jack-
you would also have some old guys just totally shit on you because it was a 4-cylinder.
Oh, all the fucking time. But then you also had the other people that, like Tom and all that literally took me under their wing and, like, showed me everything that
Yeah.
I needed to know and everything I needed to know about the Fox bodies, specifically, like, the 79 to 86 years, which is why I'm so,
SVO
like,
Mustangs.
keen on
Oh,
that.
man.
But, like, yeah, it's one
Who
of those,
here
like,
has
you have
who
those,
here has driven an SVO?
I haven't,
I have.
unfortunately.
that is...
Granted, it's been a long time since I did it because I was two-legged at the time, but they're interesting cars.
Genuine rippers when they were built.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
like I said,
Don't move you anywhere fast, but the torque makes it feel like you're moving fast.
Well,
yeah,
no,
but
well,
like I said, it didn't
it's
take
the
much.
same- it's the
you
same
could,
power and
but
torque
you
as-
could
well-
literally put a little pill in one of the pressure lines and make it think it was not seeing all it would, and it would throw everything it had at it, and then they got rowdy.
I was gonna say it literally was 5 horsepower less than what the V8 was. Like it was, but with better suspension,
Better brakes.
actual fucking disc brakes all around, 5 lug,
Yeah.
which was unheard of at that time.
Adjustable Coney shocks.
And also you were able to go
proper
like,
Recaro seats.
you were able to be in there and like, okay, I gotta use my regular 87 today because I'm commuting, so I'm doing that. Or, hey, I'm going to the racetrack, I'm putting premium in, you flip a fucking switch and it changes the fucking tune.
Red 5.0 and Hernando. Oh, yeah, that 86, 85 or whatever T-top
Is it?
car.
Yes, and it's a T-top, and I really fucking want to stop, and Sabrina hasn't let me stop yet.
I've thought about stopping, but I'm just like,
Because Mike would, too
from
much.
50 feet away at 50 miles an hour, it looks like a viable project. And right now, I just want to keep that hope of it being a viable project in my soul. And I have a feeling if I actually stop and get up and look at it, I will find out that it is not such a viable
But
project.
it's a T-top!
That's why it's probably not a viable project car.
Okay.
It's a
T-top so
T-top.
bad.
Look,
Molding on the
T-tops are the
inside.
work of the devils, but anyway, 50 feet at 50 miles an hour, it seems like a viable project. I know if I stop and look at it, then there will be a small piece of my soul torn out because of that.
Fair
So,
enough.
You
Well, it's like-
collapse the waveform, and all of a sudden it stops, and you're
Yeah.
sad because there's one less Mustang in the
Hey, it
world.
was
but
like
exactly,
looking at my
Mike,
car.
exactly. Good looking from afar and far from good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go see it.
Don't talk about my car that way.
Oh,
Because that's the 86. That's the 86 at this point. Like, everybody drives by and they're like, oh, that car looks good. They pull up, they're like,
Oh.
ta-da! Hello, Rust.
so, question,
Maybe
No.
an answer.
possibly directly for you. Tonight, are you still Bring a Trailer or Cars and or no? Sorry,
I'm still Cars and
Cars
Bids.
and Bids, not Bring a
I'm still
Trailer.
Cars and Bids
Yeah?
because
Good. I'm glad. I'm
It's-
so glad
because of
Cars
the
and Bids
god-
just has
because
the
of that-
proper bangers.
because
like
of that goddamn WebP image format. It's such a pain in the ass to
the
save
web, web.
save images off of a Bring a Trailer,
I'm excited.
aka the money laundering car site.
It has to be. It really
Well, also too, but not also too. Now it's full of dealers. There's a few of those encroaching on.
Jenkinson's on there for
There's
Christ's
even
sake.
and there's a. No, I have not been to Old Town Gold in Old Town. Old
I
Gold in
don't
Old
even know
Town.
what that is.
The
Well-
car, the what are the car meets that go happen over in Old Town?
Oh.
Like
I've
one
only
night
been
it's
to Old Town once.
like one night it's American cars, next night it's like import cars,
Oh,
next night it's
okay.
everything else
So-
and this and that.
Ed's got to go to Miami this weekend, and he found a Mustang car show there this weekend. He's gonna try to go win a trophy with his.
I saw him clean the car and then literally covered it in fucking plastic.
That's what he does. He has plastic car covers for the cars that go on them.
And then also, I love the tape in his garage of where
Yeah.
to park it.
Yes, he does. Well, that was because the garage, like, he wanted it to be a specific footage, and it didn't end up being that. So the Monte Carlo is a long bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So fitting it and fitting everything, he fucking put tape on the ground.
Yeah, no, when you look at the pictures, there's literally painter's tape on, like, park, and it's kind of at an angle. Both of them are kind of at an angle. And then it's painter's tape and all that. He was washing the car. He's like, yeah, I'm just cleaning the car.
Oh wait a minute, no. He says no, Brian. It's a junkyard up near Yankee Town. Wait, what?
What?
Where?
Wait, what? That's not far. That might be like a trip worthy kind of thing.
Yeah, Mike, what are you talking about? Sorry, and also, when we're talking to you,
There's a delay.
yeah, there's like a 30-second delay of what we're seeing on the TV and all that. So just to let you know. So
Yeah. So you just saw Chris sit down. He's been sitting here for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
but yeah, no, apparently it's
Field trip.
Field trip.
shit. Anyway, Ed was washing the car and all. He's like, yeah, I'm cleaning it. Next thing you know, I see a picture. The entire taillights are out of the car and all. He's like, yeah, this progressed a little bit like crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's what he does.
Well,
Like,
that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, he brought it in the shop, put it on the lift, and waxed the entire underside of the car,
Oh,
including all the suspension.
Okay, so
and
Mike
everything.
says it's called Old Gold. It's a classic car junkyard. So
Oh.
apparently up
That'd be
in
cool to just check
Yankee
out
Town.
in general.
Or near Yankee Town.
Thank you, Google. Hold on. Old Gold.
Gonna have to check that out.
But anyway. So
Oh yeah, in
the
in
current
Dixie,
state of car
Dixie
culture
County,
is-
right?
Huh?
Dixie County.
So overall, I think we can summarize the topic
Oh, yeah.
as
Here we go.
the state of car
It's
culture
poop.
is bad.
It's poop. Right.
It's in flux.
And then even, another thing, we didn't even mention is, okay, so you want to get into car culture. You have the means. You buy no, you don't,
Might
you're
have
not
to
a
go
rich
there.
man. You don't have the means to go buy some super fan, you ain't buying a Hellcat or
An
nothing
R34
like that.
NER.
You're not buying anything like that. I need something that's dependable and fuel efficient and has a warranty, but I want something a little performance oriented. So
Neon SRT4.
I went to Hyundai and I bought the N,
Veloster N.
not the Veloster,
the accent in.
the Accent, or no, the Elantra.
Elantra.
The
Yeah.
Elantra N.
Which
I buy the Elantra
I
N.
like those a lot.
And I'm like, cool, it's got race mode. It makes the exhaust go pop, pop, pop. and I'm driving it around in California because that's where I live.
Oh no!
And I get
Why'd
pulled
you
over.
do that? Why'd you live there? Chris?
I get pulled over, and my car gets reffed,
Yeah.
And then
and I'm unable
They
to drive
send-
my completely bone stock
And
car
they
because the
send
state
it
of
to-
California goes, nope, you can't drive
and they
that.
send
thought
it to
this
the
was
fucking
No, it's
guy.
because one
story.
cop said he couldn't drive.
Yeah,
it.
I
and
thought
so-
this was gonna be a happy story.
But they send it to the fucking the
ref.
one the
refs.
and he's
The refs.
like, but it's too loud. They send it to fucking Honda. He's like, that's literally how it came. Well, that's too much. Well, that's how it came. But that's too much. Can I have my car back? No.
I'm
All
not
right,
paying
so-
for it anymore.
What?
Hey,
I will
translation-
take. I will take. I pride myself on paying all my bills on time. Keep
At
it a
that
reasonable.
point,
Nope, I'm not. Hey,
All right.
here's the keys.
Hey,
this is your problem now.
Bye, guys.
Translation for Florida. You bottle launcher in. You cut the exhaust off at the turbo. You roll around. Nobody gives a fuck. You pop, pop, bang, bang everywhere. Drive like a dick, and you never get pulled over.
Oh no,
why
you
we-
go farther than that.
That's
You
why we
do
live
a
in
hater
Florida.
pipe out the hood that shoots 3-foot tall flames
Hold
out
on.
the top.
At every single
Chris?
stoplight.
Chris, once again, let me show you the way. You're coming up like Mike, a little bit short. You don't just run the hater pipe through the hood.
You also have a
You
peg
also
leg because
run-
you don't have a welded diff.
You also run the screamer pipe up the hood.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
But you
So
also
you've
don't
got
have a
twin pipes
welded
coming
diff.
out the hood. When you get on the gas, it shoots 3-foot flames out the top. And because it's Florida,
Not
all that happens is the state trooper shakes his head as you drive by. He's just like,
as long as
But-
you're as long as,
as
you're
long
doing
as
the
your
speed
kid-
limit.
as long as you're
No,
doing the
as
speed
long
limit.
as your tint's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if your
Yeah.
tint's wrong, fuck that.
Just don't have a bulb out. You'll get popped for that.
He's right.
Okay.
That or your tint. If your tint's wrong, fuck that. Like that's what that. Like you are a murderer if your tint's illegal.
That's
You are a
why
murderer.
that is why you drop your door windows down.
As soon as they come up.
I'm sorry, if you want to look at something that is not clearly in plain sight, that constitutes a search, unless you have a writ or warrant, or oath or affirmation, excuse me, that is strong enough to get a warrant, specifically stating what you're looking for, then I'm sorry, I'm just going to decline
My-
your request
my-
to search my car.
My tent's legal, even day or night. If I get pulled over,
It is only down.
always.
Also, it gives them a good field of view into your vehicle, so that they know you're not,
And they look
jerking
in the
your
back
dick
of my
off.
car like, oh shit, nothing's there. All right, you're good. I had a cop say that one day.
Why
He's
is there
like,
10 gallons of oil back here?
I had a cop come back. He's like, you mind if I search your car?
Never mind.
He said, never mind, nothing's there. And I said, yeah, there's not.
Dan rolling around with the Exxon Valdez over there.
So anyway,
The BPS that comes up to him and is like, I'm sorry.
Brian,
BP execs when his car drives by. Heavy breathing.
what is your and
The
also
EPA
and
just
also
follows
because
your
it
car
burns
around.
as much too. Anyway, what's your cars and bids?
Oh, I got a,
Alright.
I think
I
I
was
got
gonna say, good thing you did that because otherwise we'd just keep on going.
No,
So, for tonight
My-
we're doing the cars and
Hey,
bids
I'm
car.
I'm almost on a quart a week right now. All right,
Okay, well,
a quart a week, burn it.
The cab car is
Hey,
right.
cab cars, right?
And-
so found this one on Counters and Bids, and I think I found a banger. If
said
it
a
comes up,
Ooh.
you guys will
Chris,
see
get
it.
first look. Get out of here.
Goddamn cheater.
Yes.
Oh!
Ed just bought me a Hot Wheels of this the other day.
I have one. The,
The white one?
Yes.
Ed just.
Did you see the wheels that are on that thing?
Yes!
They're the coolest.
Yep.
Now I want to go find like 30 of them and like swap wheels on a bunch of Hot Wheels for that.
I got to work on Wednesday and there was one sitting on my keyboard. And it's like, I got that for you. I'm like, oh, it's fucking awesome.
Funny story. This came up today. The detailer, the one older guy out in
Also,
detail.
no
Yeah.
one
It's
wants,
like,
no one
hey,
wants to
just
order
so
a coupe.
curious.
Give us
What's
the
like the
hatchback.
most like reliable car you can buy? And I went,
Alpha.
Toyota Corolla. Oh, okay. Well, like that's really reliable. Listen, Toyota Corolla. And you go, well, what's the worst car you can buy? I was
Alpha.
like, an Alpha?
Did he go buy an Alpha?
No.
Oh, just checking.
No, hey, most reliable car.
Hey, but
is a Toyota Hilux.
This
It's
Yes.
not a Corolla. It's
It's
a
a
Toyota
Hilux.
Hilux.
This has
We
got,
can't buy a Hilux.
Yes.
Does this not have the OG Buso in it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
The
that is indeed a 3-liter Buso V6.
That
the
glorious-
best sounding
Thank
sounding
you.
V6
ever.
ever.
Thank you.
So,
As confirmed by Jeremy Clarkson.
so what I have here is a 1985 Alfa Romeo GT V6 5-speed manual Buso V6.
How is it not on fire?
Hey,
It was before.
some of
We're
them
not going to talk about it.
mostly California owned.
Darn it.
77,400 miles showed, says total miles unknown. It could have rolled over, could have not rolled over. Who knows?
Well, it didn't
That is
roll.
that is a very odd looking upper watch link bar though, just saying.
It's Italian.
It's an Alpha.
It's Italian.
It's Italian. It goes squiggles.
Although the
Just like the pasta. It goes.
Like I
squiggles,
said, so
squiggles.
all of
That's
the-
what we do.
like
Oh, it's
Wait,
white.
it has the panel on the hood too.
it does
Yep.
have the panel on the hood. The interior, even though it is kind of weird because it's an Alpha, it's in really good shape. But there's
Paint chips.
paint chips and some few dings and shit like that
That's
around
from
the
being
body.
up on a tow truck. So we're
It
Yes.
probably is.
No,
That
the
was a
whole
tow
fender
truck
looked
damage.
wrinkled. That is not.
That is
a
not
fa-
stock.
No, that is not stock.
So this
for when the
at
fire,
all.
That's for when the fire starts. You're able to quick exit.
yeah, ejecto
No, you see the black vents at the back quarter? That's what those are for.
ejectocito cuz.
Yeah, you go out through the sunroof.
So
Oh,
anyways,
look at that beautiful fucking turd.
Why do those look exactly like BMW E30 bottle cap wheels?
they might
They
be.
look like Lotus.
They're not though because they're 5-lug,
They might
Look
be.
at that beaut.
but they're
Oh.
5-lug, not 4-lug.
I love it
all right.
so
Let,
much.
let Brian continue his thing because we're just overriding this.
Anyway, it's got a clean Colorado title. 15-inch wheels, cloth upholstery, air conditioning, power windows, and door locks. Modifications reported by the seller include aftermarket sunroof, Alpine head unit, Yamaha speakers, aftermarket amplifier.
That's
Oh.
all.
Oh.
Known.
And I
kinda
bet
obvious stuff,
bet
though.
you that is all straight 80s stuff and
Oh, it's
fuck yeah.
gotta be.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Oh, I bet that thing sounds amazing.
Attached Carfax history report includes a mileage inconsistency in October 2000. There's no crash damage reported.
Many tow truck
think
events.
Paint defects, chips,
a
dents,
270
scratches
game.
around the exterior, scuff on the driver's side quarter panel,
I just love it.
missing trim from the rear bumper, a little bit of rust on the passenger side A-pillar.
So I gotta say, I'm actually surprised that it's the passenger seat that has the.
It's not ripped. That's what you thought.
It's not.
No, that was the sun.
Oh,
Got
it
minor
was.
wear
okay.
on interior
I
touch
thought it
points
was
and door
too.
panels
Thought
and
I
shit
looked
like
at it.
that. Discoloration on the headliner, sagging
It's a
interior
negative,
carpet.
because I
No
thought
problem.
that
I
was-
thought it
It's
was
an
too.
80s Alpha. I
Second
mean, what do
picture.
you
I was like,
expect?
holy shit, like it's
I mean, it's in really
It's-
great
I
shape
was gonna say
because
it's
well,
in good
it's
Well,
shape,
it's got
but
the
all-
it's got the
only-
original hood liner on it, which
That's
means
yucky
it
underneath,
hasn't been on
but-
fire.
well, it might
Yeah.
have. They might have replaced that.
Oh,
That's true.
But the reason why
anyway,
it's in such good shape is it's hard to wear a car out when it's parked in a repair shop.
exactly.
Or on the back of a fucking tow truck.
October 2023, transmission drive shaft rebuilt, battery installed, aftermarket amplifier installed,
Which means
Oil pan
it
gasket.
was driving and it went out.
oil pan gasket replaced, vacuum hoses, filler hose, steering boots, transmission mounts, shifter linkage, oil pressure sensor replaced, engine oil and filter change, rear brake pads replaced, and fan switch replaced.
So
Yeah.
it might not break when I
No,
buy it.
no.
April 2019, hood insulation pad replaced. What? It has both keys, it has its owner's manuals, and it has full service records.
They pulled that shit out of the car before it lit on fire. They're like, I got this. This is gonna be the selling point.
So the people who
I
don't know,
can't
when I
believe
asked,
that-
oh, it's got the panel on the hood.
It's-
Alpha
it's been on
engineered
fire.
the hood with a plastic panel in the center of the hood, right above the intake manifold, because
You can
the
pop it off.
engine would backfire and blow out the intake, and it would damage the underside of the hood. It would dent the hood from the
Yeah.
underside.
So that makes
So
it
they
to
put
where
a
it
plastic
goes-
panel in the center of it where it would hit, so that it wouldn't damage the hood. You could just replace that little plastic panel if it blew out. And I'm out of this because unfortunately you weren't guarding the phone well enough.
Oh well, that's
I happened to look down and see what the price was.
okay. So you guys go for it.
I just want to know how many tow truck miles this thing has been.
All right, you
About
ready?
double
You ready?
the
You
actual
ready?
mileage.
You ready? You ready? You ready? 8K.
Oh god,
Okay.
no! I didn't even have a thing
8K.
ready.
That's
Oh,
fine.
shit,
How
I'm
much?
telling you, 8K, 8,000.
8,000. Where you at, Mike?
12.
Well, since you disqualified yourself, and obviously I'm not going to guess on it, and we do use Price is Right rules, congratulations, Mike. It was $15,400.
Whoa!
That's not bad for a not on fire alpha.
But let's.
But it's an alpha, so it will be on fire by the
It
time
is
you
bad.
buy
It'll
it.
be dropped off on to you. You'll be like, cool, look at my alpha.
And-
Fuck, it's on fire.
24,000 and 17.5. You guys were a bit high. You're a bit high.
It's gonna run for about 24 minutes.
Seconds.
No, 24
Glorious.
minutes. Sound
Glorious sounds.
glorious. And then it's gonna be a pop, bang, fireball.
And it will.
Listen,
it
then you won't have-
will
you won't-
self-immolate on the side of the road.
You won't have brakes.
15,000.
You won't have a drive shaft. You won't have anything.
So 15,000. You're probably gonna get about 15 miles before it ends in a pile of
Ash.
smoke and ash and sadness on the side of the
Might as
highway.
well
But-
race
So
it.
about
Hey,
$1,000
but-
a mile.
but-
That's not bad.
but-
for an
No,
Alpha.
right?
How beautiful will it look on the side of the road on fire?
Also,
It
can we
looks
talk
so
about the
beautiful.
fact that is an Alfa Romeo in which the depreciation has reversed?
It has.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Because as far as basic depreciation values go at this point, that car should have sold for $15.
You're
Yeah.
not wrong.
No. They should have paid somebody $55 to take it off their
Yeah,
hands.
I don't know. It's still, the Booster V6 is still one of the best.
Oh,
It is
yeah,
the
no,
best
ever
seriously,
made.
That
That's
the
what that car
sounding
has
engine
going
ever.
for.
The only
Yeah.
V6 that's close to that is the 2.4 Dino V6 in the Dino 246 GTS and the Lancia Stratos.
Oh, I gotta show you something from Bring a Trailer when we're done.
Yeah, so
It just
guys,
reminded me.
anyone who's watching, seriously, look up how this car sounds, and
you
you'll understand. Like
Yes.
this is an
As
Italian piece
beautiful
of
as a
work.
dumpster fire, that's actually
That's a very good.
That's a
It is
pretty-
a very
That's
beautiful
that's a
dumpster
pretty
fire.
good way to
It
look
is.
at it.
It is.
And as much as we're talking shit, it is an Alpha. It's an extremely beautiful car.
It really is.
And
It's
I
a
would
lovely
love to
car.
own that car.
It looks great in your driveway. It looks great on a
As a-
tow
it-
bed.
it was-
It
it
looks
looks
great on
great in the
fire.
As a
Air
collection-
shop.
Yeah, you don't drive it. You're just go.
That
The Alpha's still
But-
there. That's
but,
good.
hey,
That finned aluminum
Like,
oil
still
pan
not-
looks fantastic when you walk under the lift.
So
Still not on fire.
But before we end, it's like the Pantera that we saw today. It's one of those you look at it and you're like, that De Tomasa, that Pantera is fucking beautiful because it is Italian car design.
Great way to make Italian
Is that Gio?
s'mores.
It is an Italian car design with reliability
Now I
from
want
an
s'mores.
American car.
Bang bang.
Right?
And it's a great thing, but like you were saying, they marketed it to the wrong dealership
They
because
said-
they
they
sold
said-
it at the Mercury Lincoln dealerships, not the Ford dealerships. They didn't know how to sell
A performance car. Yeah, and that was the same thing with the Mercury Capri, which was the Ford Capri everywhere
Yep.
else. It's the same way with the Mercurs.
Yep.
They just
It was one of those like that, like the Pantera. Like if it was marketed right, seriously, that thing, like it is one of the most beautiful '70s supercars. Like it's up there with the Miura.
No.
And
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Well, I mean, no, nothing will do to Miura.
Thank you.
But it's up there in style and cues. Like it beats anything Maserati fucking had. At this point.
Of
At
all
that
the
time.
70s supercars, that's the one I would want to own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's reliable and you can fucking drive it. Because it's just
I
a
could just drive that
351C.
car. I can just drive that
It's the
car.
351 Cleveland with their ZF fucking 5-speed.
Yep.
Like that's all it fucking is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to get high tech, I mean, you could just throw a Coyote in it. And go
But
nuts.
either way, it's one of those you have that beautifulness of the great.
Dare I suggest the Bricklin? For what?
I love. I do like a
well,
Bricklin. I do like a Bricklin.
You and only you. So
Okay, here's the thing.
Here's
the
my
thing-
2 cents. They're fucking beautiful. Okay?
Here's
stop doing that. With the pennies. Here's my 2 cents. The Bricklin was a porcelain piece of shit.
Here's the thing about the Bricklin. It's kind of like somebody who decided to move to Savannah. The idea of moving to Savannah was a whole lot better than actually moving to Savannah.
Right.
The idea of having a Bricklin is a whole lot better than actually having a Bricklin.
And then you get into an accident and,
And you're
you can't
screwed.
get fucking out of the car.
Exactly.
At all.
The best part about that is because what it was called. It's the Brooklyn
Brooklyn.
SV1.
V1.
Yes.
Safety Vehicle 1.
One.
It was meant to be a safer car.
And it
but
wasn't.
You get into an accident
And you can't fucking
well,
leave the car.
I guess I'd burn in here
I
because
die
I can't
now.
open the door.
And on that bombshell,
Literally, a
Pardon the pun?
bombshell. Because you can't fucking leave.
what if they had like a Brooklyn Fiero kit car?
It would just be on
I'm
fire
sure they do.
constantly.
I'm sure they do.
Possibly also on fire.
All right, I have to
Well,
pee.
guys, have a good night.
See
Thank
you
you
later.
for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Catch you next
Oh,
time.
God.